The solar flash will destroy everything that is fake. Study, prepare, evolve, and survive. Years ago, when I started this journey, I came across a video and it discussed how the solar flash will basically destroy anything that is inorganic to the world, to the reality. And now, years in the future, through observations, through studying, through living my life and seeing it play out, I can articulate to the entire world what this actually looks like. There's not some massive ball of fire that literally just destroys everything. But in this talk today, I'm going to detail everything that the solar flash is destroying right now. It should be really looked upon as the energy that is coming from the sun is different than it was years ago. And we've been going along with this, and the people that are observing, not everyone is observing like you. If you're on this podcast and you're able to hold your attention, a lot of people don't even look up at the sky anymore. They're looking at their phone all day long. So if you're a deep thinker, if you're a person that is a conscious creator and you're going to move forward in the great changes in the world, this is a lesson like none other that is absolutely going to, it's going to really change your life. And my life has changed so much. And in the future, looking at how so much has already been eradicated, and everyone made a choice, and we always constantly make a choice, a free will decision choice. Several times already, we've had great energetic bursts that have affected us. And I want everyone to understand everything that I'm laying out for the whole world today. And we're focusing on body, relationship connections, and then society. So what the solar flash is destroying, everything that's fake, we start with the body, we go to our relationship connections, and then we go to society as a whole. How many people are out there on the internet and seeing the fake society absolutely implode right now? You might critique your everyday life and you're going through some bodily changes that are unexplained. Well, today we're going to be breaking this down. And every single relationship, there are energetic cords and ties, because everything is going to go back not to the physical, but the frequency. The people that watch these videos, the podcasts, the shorts, everything that we have here for you, you have to realize that the physical reality is a result of the energy and the frequency that you're on. And this was a concept years ago. I had to grasp this concept. It's a very difficult concept if you're new to it. The physical reality, which also includes the body that you have to run this vehicle, that body that you're operating all day, every day. Every single aspect of the physical reality is the result of the frequency. The driving force is your nervous system. It's calibrating to the reality. And the sun has been pulsing. So those that have been on this journey, and if you're new, it's not going to be relevant now. However, you could go back in time, and 2023 was a major energetic pulse. It was documented in the Schumann resonance. And you could go in your head, in your mind, and think about 23. And think about that year, if maybe the timeline, the reality, the connections that you had, there was a major implosion in 2023. And we've been through several of these. The energy is the driving force. So those that are familiar with the solar spikes and Schumann resonance, they are associated, right, with psychological changes, right? These are not the physical things. They're not going to talk to you about this on mainstream media. That's why you're tuned into Our Everyday Lives. You know, the human brain waves are affected by these solar events. And when you break free of the physical and you get to the energetic, you start to see the bigger picture. The solar flash will destroy everything that's fake, the body. The number one thing that I could tap into, that if you're tuning in for the first time, your palate has changed. There are certain foods you can no longer eat. As we're going along, if you're watching live, you could go along in the chat. You could go along in the comment section on the replay. Are you still eating the same food that you did 5 years ago? Or are you eating different food? And this is one of the most, like, because we got to eat every day, and some people are breatharians, right? But on my journey, I actually eat a lot less. I'm eating about 60% of the amount of food that I used to eat, maybe even less than that. I've adopted a habit of intermittent fasting, right? So the way that you used to eat, you're gonna go through these changes. Several years ago, I just lost the appetite for breakfast. In the course of a year, when I present always with the law of 80-20. It's known as Pareto's principle. So more than 80% of the days, like, I'll eat breakfast some days, right? And what I teach people is to live their life in balance. So there are deep changes. There's a lot of content out on social media. Always live your life with balance, ladies and gentlemen. So I have changed the way that I eat, and a lot of the processed foods. You are what you eat. You've heard about this. So all of that fake stuff that's in the body, it's got to come out of the body. And the sun, right, is giving us signals to detox and purge. I've shared this over the years. A lot of us are up to date with these energy updates that I put out. But you can take ownership and actually detox along with it. The signal. Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about the signal. Well, we're receiving a signal and our body responds to it. How do we get these light codes? People that are, maybe in spirituality, they hear about light codes. And these are the codes that are giving our body instructions. How are we making our new cells? How are we recalibrating? Well, what is the antenna that is connected to this reality? It's known as your nervous system. Over the past few years, I've done a lot of research on the nervous system. And we think that and again, the mind and the subconscious is very potent. But if your nervous system is calibrated to a fight or flight, however you are, you actually could be peaceful, and then all of a sudden you're going to be more sensitive. Once you've felt or experienced peace, you will never go into chaos. Two main frequencies in the world right now are dysfunction and peace. Is your body at peace? That's why they call it dis-ease. Is your body at ease? Is your body at peace? Is your relationship peace? Are your friendships transactional, or do they love you unconditionally? Does that girl actually love you, bro, or is she just using you? Is that a man that's there for you, divine feminine, or is he just sitting on the couch? You could answer these questions. In the modern society, all these fake relationships are now imploding. It's a driven force. Because when you're going through these changes, again, these are psychological changes, and you didn't see there was a big change in 2020 where this happened with relationships, because people were forced to be in the home. And all of a sudden they're with this person all day long, and they realize this person doesn't drive my heart and soul. This person doesn't drive my heart and soul. This was a fake relationship on paper. So people went through this. There was another time period a few years prior. It was called the Great Resignation. A lot of people said, wait a second. This job is not actually a representation of who I truthfully am. Maybe you have skills from that job, all right, but all of the fake, systems and all these other things, the density, the fear base. I said, no, I'm a creature of love, baby. We could get the love going in the chat. No, I'm a creature of love, baby. No, I can't do this fear. I'm not going to go and work for a place that's going to make me put fear on people or put fear on our children. Wow. We were all born into the matrix, and now we're breaking free of the matrix. And the solar flash is destroying everything that's fake. So the physical makeup of our body, the energetic signatures or cords, you were tied into certain things that were fake and different systems and limiting beliefs in the subconscious, the nervous system. All that's fake, bro. All that's fake, sis. So now it's all being recalibrated. Now you might go through phases and you might feel lost. Maybe you already went through that phase, or you might feel lost right now. Congratulations. 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 I don't understand. Isn't that a terrible thing to be lost? No, light warriors. That's a sign. Yeah, that's a sign when you're lost, and your subconscious is being reprogrammed. Okay. Congratulations, Sylvia. You got a tremendous community here. No, you're all going through it. And as I teach about quantum shifting, there are many. This life is a life of paradox. And once you see, in the past, I didn't know these things, and I had a scientific mind, and because all that stuff was given to you, and a lot of people woke up to this. We have to apply real science, and the real science teacher is here. And in science, it's called question everything. I hope everyone writes question everything in this one. A lot of people woke up in a post-2020 world where schmucks said, don't question the science. Do you remember that? That was a weird time. Wasn't that a weird time? I said, that's the opposite. As a master science teacher, I said to myself, that's the opposite of science. No, science is question everything, right? Right, Natalie? Yeah. Right, Caroline? Right, Rebecca? Look, the chat's blowing up right now. Smash the like button so other people get this. Oh, wow. I saw the people on the TV, and we went through great changes. And I talk about the spiritual journey that we're on, and God is gonna test us, and we have to be grateful to God, because it's got to get so intense. So what's the quantum shifting aspect of this? Well, your life is a frequency that you're tuned into. It's like a radio station, and you, the person that's getting this message, you will never see it until it gets really intense. And it got real intense for my life and a lot of people that are tuned in, right? This is how we actually quantum shift. It's a blessing from God, because we will just keep moving forward with our life. And then it had to get really intense. And then you see things, right? Like a particle smasher. Oh, I want to see all the nooks and crannies of this thing. You never were able to see it. And then finally you saw it. Every aspect of my life over the past few years, my diet has changed, my day-to-day habits have changed. And sitting back and being in the energy right now, we've been going through these changes. Not everyone made it. And being an empath, these are people that were part of my life and I hope that's why I'm very passionate about this. Maybe you're an empath and you see people that you care about, their lives are destroyed or they're no longer here anymore. The energies are changing. So you have the things that are going on in the body, the signal, the brain, your nervous system, and your DNA, which they say 93% is not junk DNA. It was about light and sound reception and transmission. So your body, right, and this has been shown in a scientific lab where the DNA emits photons, right? And that's why when I started this video up, what I'm here to do, what Mr. D's here to do is get other conscious creators to move forward in this journey. We're not doing the way that the mainstream media did. All right, we're studying, we're preparing, we're evolving, and then we survive this great change because we could force against it. I've used this example many times. We already glitched a live chat. It's amazing. You go to the beach. I don't care how big and strong you are, you can't push against that wave. When that wave comes, okay, and that's what we're all going through right now. That wave is pretty powerful. So we have to learn how to ride these waves. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. I have been waiting for the fake to go away forever. I have been eating clean for many years now. I hear you. I have a very small circle and have let go of all that drained me. Tremendous. At peace with my life and happy you are here every day. I love you, Stacy. I'm so grateful for that. She makes a lot of great points. Also, I'm here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern. You could click subscribe. I'm here to guide you because we're changing right now. And there's people that could deny the changes, and that's cool. But this is it, kid. Yeah, I eat clean. During this time period, I might cheat once in a while. I live my life in balance. And I also have a very small circle. I could touch millions of people's lives across the world on the internet, but I also keep a small circle as well. And we were all designed by this because we're all kind of scattered. We're all we have an energy and we're in a certain location. And epigenetics, Dr. Bruce Lipton speaks about this. So your surroundings, right, can affect your health and wellness. And also, which we should also realize is that we're like a nuclear power plant with all this energy. We are emitting energy to the local field as well. And, people that look at the Schumann resonance, they have seen examples where, the Schumann resonance might, when it spikes, people have ascension symptoms. And then when there's an event and everyone is maybe broadcasting a signature, you could see a blip in that Schumann resonance around the same time. So it's very interesting. And the only thing that you, the person that's getting this message, are in control of is you. The only thing, if you're tired of the world, the only thing you could do is become the change you want to see in the world and opt out of the matrix. Did you opt out of the matrix? You gave a great talk yesterday. A lot of people resonated with that talk. The modern life, right? People are waking up and saying that this is a sick society. I don't fit in this society. Congratulations. Many people here on this channel and community don't fit into the mainstream society. A society of narcissism, transactional love, not unconditional love. Do you know the difference? So what is important in life? And when you sit there and you let it marinate and you realize what's important in life. So we're seeing the changes at a physical level. Your food, your lifestyle has changed. I can reflect on certain things. I visit some places and I say, well, this is what I did. I did this 5 years ago. I did this 6 years ago. And now I go on my mind, can I do this today? Since my nervous system is now recalibrated, did you regulate your nervous system? Especially with men in the world, they and this was all done by mainstream media men. They told you not to be sensitive. However, it is imperative that you are sensitive. Why? An example would be if you feel pain, you touch a hot stove and whoo, you move your hand away. So they try to numb a lot of our men from this. So when you are sensitive, your nervous system, and again, it's not comfortable. I could be in certain situations and I could say, well, I always did this and it didn't bother me and now it bothers me. But that is registering, ready? That is registering the energy. Okay, this is not good for me. Oh, this is good for me. You're supposed to feel. A lot of modern women in the modern world, right, that are not the divine feminine, they're following people on Instagram or whatever it is, right? And they're not in alignment with their true divinity. And the women on this channel, these are the divine feminine, right? And you're seeing this, whether you're man, woman, all different colors, classes, creeds, doesn't matter your background, right? There is something on the inside. You know, we refer to content of character, we refer to your soul, and we refer to your free will choice. And some people, again, they don't like to hear this. It is the answer. I've seen this. I lived through it over the past few years. I've been through a lot of pain, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of my brothers and sisters that I know on the ground that are making it through it, and they're still the same. They've been through pain. And I also know people that I care about. They were part of my life, and they're either no longer here or they're absolutely trapped even worse into the matrix. They don't have a second. And to hear the story, and it's more work and more work and more busy. If it is time, when this solar flash is changing us, it is changing our mind. It's clearing out the subconscious. We are psychologically changing, and we are taking ownership of our life, and we are activating God mode. You're not sitting there as a victim watching. Oh, this is what's going on TV. I showed on TV. It's got to be real. No, it's not real. It's just an illusion. It's just central casting. Hi. What is real? Love is real. Yeah. What you feel inside is real. But for years, the subconscious and the nervous system of people were programmed to the fake. And this sun, this energy is the ability to cause change. I need everyone to focus on the basics here, because there's a lot of people that try to confuse you. So Mr. D is going to give you the basics. Energy is the ability to cause change. So when the sun has so much energy that is firing outwards, it is the ability to cause change. If you are seeing changes in your everyday life, in the world, it cannot happen without an influx of energy. Now, we are focusing on the concept of the ability to cause change. Now, where are we applying it? Where are you headed? Where are you headed? Oh, we're headed to destination unknown. We don't know where we're going, but we understand our frequency. It's not about the physical, but it's about the frequency. If we're ascending, if we're rising, we're concerned about going up. We're not concerned going side to side. And that is where a lot of people in the mainstream world and in the fake spiritual bypassing world that's out there, people are just going side to side. People think that they're enlightened and awakened and I'm ultra spiritual, but they're still, you understand? It's a label. They're just going, you got to go up. You got to have unconditional love. You say, oh, I'm interested in this. Oh, I have to balance the light and the shadows. Do you understand? So when you do this, there's a lot of people that get lost in the sauce. There's a lot of people that, we're all making our free will decision. And we have to be focused on going up. And the world, we live in a quantum reality. Our body is quantum. Anyone that has watched any of the YouTube podcasts with people that had NDEs, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, people, right? So there's evidence, right? It is very different when a person has an experience themselves versus just hearing about it. That's why all attempts in the Matrix world was to disconnect you that there is more. In the past several months, I study all the time. Okay, so in my life, this is my life. This is how I'm wired. Okay, I saw a documentary on how all the ancient mirrors were broken. Do you know about some people know about the bells that were broken, all the bells, right? So why were all the ancient mirrors broken, right? So reading this and learning about it, watching it, you learn about. They didn't want you seeing things that popped up in those mirrors. So that's just an example. So we have to realize the physical is important. We have to be healthy, but we also have to be focused on the spiritual. And I'm here to tell you, I would not be here today if I was not spiritually ironclad, rock solid. It is very easy. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how big you are, this and that, how much body work you did, modern woman. None of these things matter. None of these things matter. It's about your soul. It's about your spirit. But while we're doing it, we don't also, this is where people are not focused, that you have to maintain your life. You have to be physically well. You want to be energetic. And when you live your life with balance, when you don't, go too far one way, or you got to go back. You got to experience both. We're actually here for experiences. We're not here just to. And it's scary. Why is it scary? Because your nervous system is calibrated that anything that is not the same, and if it's different or it's change, your nervous system goes danger, 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 right? And I teach this on this channel. Here's the wealth. Here's the opportunity. Like, I know this doesn't make sense to some people, but that's why you have to understand frequency. You have to understand energy. You have to understand the changes, all frequency, all subconscious before the physical conscious, all of it. Danger. Here's the wealth. Here's millions of dollars. I'm afraid. It's your nervous system. This is just how we're wired. You keep attracting the same loser men, right? You keep attracting the same parasitical women, whatever it might be. And here's love. Here's the real girl for you, bro. Here's the real man for you. And you go, danger, danger. It's just how it is. So that's why if you understand this, then, right, awareness is the precursor to change. Then you could change your behaviors. A lot of people can't behave in this society. And I'm also here to tell you it's not their fault. They're programmed by mainstream media. And as the more people are gathering in, the more you, if you share the videos, click the like button. I appreciate that. If you hit subscribe, if it resonates by the end of this is how we push this forward. Earlier on my journey, I was a man of wonder, and I was a scientist, and I went out there, and I went on YouTube, and I started studying these things, right? Because it's no one's fault. It's because you're born into the matrix. They put the TV in front of you since birth, right? And this is all the information that you got. But then you go out on YouTube, and then you start studying these things. You go, oh, I'm fascinated by this. That's how you start to break free. But there has to be free will options. And that's a concept that a lot of people don't realize. That you're actually here. I said, why you're alive. You're actually here to make free will decisions. You're here to make choices. And, that has been rough for people in the matrix. It got a little out of control in a post-2020 world. A lot of people weren't able to make free will choices. People were forced to do things. And, we have to remember the Hermetic principles. They were actual laws to the universe, and God was not happy with the past few years. And we all went through a tribulation, and our lives were destroyed. But there is a difference. What I'm here to present is always, what is the deep truth about it? Well, there is a very stark difference between the pain of discipline or the pain of regrets. You choose your pain. Over the past few years, and people have seen my journey, and now I could sit here and teach from real life evidence, firsthand experience. There's a lot of pain. What's your prediction? Pain. Clubber Lang was right. He knew it. He knew it all along. No, there's going to be pain. And at any moment, I could have chose the pain of regret. And there's every single time you go through these upgrades, there's actual psychological changes. And there's something that you have to fight through. And it's called fear. Every single time. And this is a paradox of the world. You go out there and you say, I want this. Okay. You're going to have to push through fear. And this is why those that are into conscious creation, reality transurfing, all these things, you want to take control of your life. This is why it goes like this, right? Because before, say, oh, I want to have this. To have a higher high, wherever you are, you're going to have to experience a lower low. It's just the way of the world. When I reflect on, how crazy things got, I actually lived a very calm and peaceful life. And, I always wanted more. I was fascinated, I was always fascinated with science and God and, the universe, and I always wanted more. I thought very deeply as a child. A lot of our children are disrespected in the schools. Sit still in the chair. They give them things to sit still. No. Hit the like button. Share this video. Let's fix it for our children, because a society is a very important quote. If you listen to this, very important quote. A society is judged by how they treat their most vulnerable. And we were all children. And when we think about the subconscious, we download subconscious programs from birth to the age of 7 or 8. And still really throughout life. That's why it's repetition on TV. It's on TV. And our children, and you were a child. I don't care how old you are. Are you 25? You're 35? You're 75? Well, when you're a child, the subconscious programs that you get into school, that's why, in this world, and again, kids should be together. I know a lot of people that are homeschooling their children, right? And everyone's right now this world is all stirred up. But that's why everything that's fake it's not going to be here no more. and new systems are being, it's a transition. It's the power of the hammer. And Mjolnir, the power of the hammer. So when you have great power and you wield the hammer can be used to destroy the old and build the new it's the same. So this is all going on right now. So that's why it's always you. Where is your attention focused on? Are you focused on going back to the past and the way things were? Are you trying to go back to that building? Are you trying to go back to that lifestyle? Back to that type? I mean, you could go back to the same actual relationship, but there's people that are tuned in, and you're saying, you know what? Different faces, but the same result. You have a different person in your life, but it's really the same person because it's the same frequency. It's the same outcome. And right now, people are finally making new decisions, new change. It's new. And when it is new, it is an overwhelming amount of energy that affects your nervous system. And it's going to go warning. It's going to go, I'm just giving you the answers. I understand. It's not an easy thing. And your nervous system is going warning. It's, again, a paradox. You need to recalibrate your nervous system when these solar events happen, and it could knock you out of your sleep. Some people wake up at 3 a.m. You go through these changes. You have trillions of cells at 1.4 volts. You have trillions of volts of electricity going through you. You have a nervous system. Nikola Tesla said that the model of the universe is more electromagnetism and not balls of gas burning billions of miles away. That was Pumbaa. Used to babysit my sister growing up. I saw a lot of The Lion King. What's up? Okay. So this, when you start to think differently, and you were given a model of reality and how things are, and this is just the way it is, but then all of a sudden you change. And so the sun, I'm really breaking this down for everyone that's tuned in. Very important stuff today. The sun is connected to consciousness. And as Dr. Bruce Lipton said, the biology of belief, your physical body's biology can change according to the beliefs in the subconscious. So Mr. D is here to assist the world in the great spiritual awakening process. And the spiritual awakening process has physical things that actually happen in this reality. And every attribute, everything is being destroyed. So you have the physical fake stuff in the body that's being purged, people detoxing, relationship connections. I know people that can't talk to their own family. So there's a lot of that. And now we're getting into society. Wow. I really appreciate that. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. How do you find someone when you cannot stand to be in public because there's so many fake? Makes my head hurt. Dating is out of the question for me. Can't do fake conversation. God, have to drop a man from the sky. I appreciate this. I'm very grateful. And I do have many relationship videos. God has an algorithm which seems to also have been corrupted. If you reflect on maybe some of your parents, through a divine meeting, people do the algorithm on the dating apps now. We were supposed to meet someone organically, could be on the beach or out in the supermarket or in the gym, and it was like a divine meeting. But if the subconscious of that girl or that guy is programmed by that, it's going to be corrupted anyway. So a lot of people know how some of the dating apps are corrupted, but so what you have to do, Stacy, is that's why, like, there's places a lot of us don't go to anymore. I've suggested I give great dating tips for those that are going through the awakening process. You ain't picking up some broad in the club, bro. When she opens her mouth and says, take me out for drinks, it's an automatic done, right? So you have to do things, Stacy, right? That are, if you go to your nature spots, if you go to your healthy supermarkets, if you go to the gym and you're working on your health and wellness, but then when you go to the gym in this modern society, it's also a microcosm. I tell the world, join a gym. It is a microcosm of the world. And, there are people there that are for health and wellness, and there's also egotistical people that are in the gym. So, it's just our journey, Stacy. So I hope that helps. And if anyone has any questions about relationships, for those that are consciously awake, you go to the channel page and click on the relationship podcast tab. And everyone really resonated with my video. 99% of relationships in the modern world are fake and on paper only. Does that resonate with you? If you go through this great shift, and so we're supposed to connect, we have a heart chakra, and like if the person is in the room, you literally will feel it. And some people don't understand this. They're going to assume like it's like fear, but when something is powerful, that's the answer. That's the answer. Again, paradoxal. If someone is for you, there's going to be like fear there. It's all the time. You want to move, but you never moved before. There's fear. You want to change your job. It's always fear. And that's why the energy has to get so grand. Listen carefully. The energy has to get so grand that you override the fear. You're going to be beyond motivated. You're going to be driven. And sometimes in life, it's just about opening the mouth. Speak it out, baby. And a lot of people, we lived through this as the collective. There was a lot of censorship. And when you shove it down, it affects your solar plexus. And that was where a great change has. I'm so grateful for all the new people that are showing up. Within the past month, I've done a lot of videos on the solar plexus. And a lot of the systems of the world, you actually have energetic cords. A lot of this is tuned into anxiety, fear of the future. You store a lot of anger for everything that we all went through in your liver. All of this has to be cleared away. And we are getting the signals of, whether, we're just detoxing through the energy, and maybe you're called to do your own fasting and cleansing and detoxification. At the end of the day, society is changing, the concepts. What is the actual model of our universe? A lot of people waking up even to like simple things like the calendar. Noviembre. The 9th month is the 11th month. I don't know. Diciembre. 10th month is something's wrong with the calendar. A lot of people are waking up to these things. If you know these, that's why you have to have it. You have to know a little bit of everything, and then you say, "Hey, wait a minute." So your circadian rhythms, right? That's why they're always changing the clocks, right? And I'm here to tell you, we do understand that linear time, those that are deep into spirituality, the linear time is fake or quantum, but in this reality, we are still in this matrix reality. It's the most precious resource. And as I could sit here today, and this has been a very powerful experience that I'm going through right now. Time is so precious. In the future, time has to pass. And now I can sit here, I can reflect on the video that I watched, is maybe 10 years ago. I learned about the solar flash. And the woman said, all inorganic, things are going to be destroyed by the solar flash. And now I could sit here and I could teach it with real life evidence. And I could see the people that refuse to let go, what has happened to their lives. And all I could do is be the lighthouse. And you want to scream it from the building if you really want to help other people. If you're an empath and you watch your friends suffer, and let go. I'm still here. It's not easy, but you know, you leave, you come back. Years have passed now. Future proves past. This is a quantum reality. It's all real now. I mean, we're really living through this, and you know, people really went through things, and I went through things. But again, it's the pain of discipline. Are you spiritually strong and connected to God, or it's the pain of regret? Did you hold on to that job when you should have let go? Did you hold on to your ways and you didn't go towards real love, and now you have a relationship and you are absolutely eviscerated by it? You got to make moves. Allow the energies to go through you. The solar flash will change you at a conscious level, a subconscious level. It will affect your nervous system. The energetic ties that you have to people will be shredded apart, and everything fake will be destroyed by the great solar flash. And so it is. So I hope this message, very deep today, and a lot of research and a lot of real life evidence went through to this. And I'm so grateful if it resonates, if you hit the like button, and you could click the subscribe button. We have daily videos 9 a.m. Eastern time to help you become the greatest version of yourself. And start thinking in terms like Tesla said, energy, frequency, and vibration, because that actually comes before the physical. It comes before the physical. When the frequency shifts, the physical reality, and I lived through it. Stacy, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you, Michael, for another excellent message. I'm so grateful for those beautiful words. And if you felt this message was excellent, and you could share it on all your platforms, share it with a friend that's conscious and aware of the changes that are going on. And what we focus on here is taking ownership of our life, right? The model of reality starts on the inside. And as I've shared over the years, all roads lead to I am. I'm Michael DellaRocca, and these are our everyday lives. It's been a wild ride, kid. It's been a wild ride, and I love you all, and I'm very grateful for the people that are taking the journey with us. And I just wish that I could have, but we can't. We have to realize it's free will, and people didn't hear us a few years ago, and that's why when I do this from my heart. I appreciate you liking it and sharing and get millions more people to hear these messages. It's really going to change your life. Check out the relevant videos. Stay focused, stay empowered. Never give up, bro. Just keep going. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys. And hit us up on Facebook. The link is in the description. We have all the platforms, TikTok, Patreon. I love you guys, and better days are ahead. But we had to go through this because we had to be dislodged from one reality, and now we are retuned, our frequency retuned to a brand new reality. So we had to go through a lot. We had to do it. We had to go through a lot. We had to go through a lot of pain, but we did it, kid. I love you guys. Bye for now.